Well, it's been a while since I put on the Mario hat, but it felt appropriate because I'm going to smash the S22 Plus like the 1-up brick on a Super Mario game. Anyway, I'm just joking. It's not going to be that bad, and I'm not going to physically smash this phone. As the title says, you should not buy the S22 Plus. You should probably buy something else. If you're going to buy something else and you're going to spend that kind of money, probably the S22 Ultra, which is a amazingly much better phone, even though they both have the same processor. And there's a lot of logic behind this, and I'm going to share that with you in this video. So the S22 Plus, if you have one, I don't want to insult your phone. It actually is a decent phone. It's quite a nice phone, actually, but the problem is it's probably the most mediocre flagship of all time when it comes to $1,000 smartphones. This is not a $1,000 phone. You should not spend $1,000 on this phone. So, of course, we always have the argument there's paying full price versus financing them and all the carrier incentives and all that stuff. And that's where I want to get into it, because if you look at that stuff, you look at the numbers and you look at the incentives, even that tells you Samsung shouldn't have made this phone. They should have left it with the Ultra, and they should have left it with the regular S22, and I have that one here too. There's no purpose for this phone, especially when they made the S21 FE that came out 3 weeks before this phone did, and you can get substantially cheaper and is 95% the same experience. That's the truth. That's plain and simple. That's what I think, and I think it holds up pretty well. So the S22 Plus has a lot of good things going for it, though. Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, 8 gigs of RAM, 4,500 milliamp battery. And then you start getting into some of the stuff that's fishy, like the 1080p screen. 1080p, no Quad HD Plus. How are you going to charge $1,000 for a phone with a 6.6-inch screen that's beautiful? 1750 nits max brightness, HDR 10 plus, AMOLED 2 times display, all these beautiful things, and then you limit it to 1080p. So that's a point of frustration I have. But here's the thing. They took away a phone. And if you're looking at it and you say, well, we still got the S22 Ultra. The S22 Ultra is the Note 22 Ultra. Nobody thinks of this phone as the S22 Ultra. They took away the S22 Ultra and they got rid of the regular Note so they could sell you this. And this is an amazing phone. The S22 Ultra right here, I'm holding in my hand, is an amazing phone. And that's why you shouldn't even consider this one, because there are so many better things you get for such a minuscule little bit extra money. So when you look on paper, this right here, $999, and then you get the S22 Ultra, $1,199. But here's where things start getting crazy. If you actually look on Samsung's website and you look at the trade-in values for stuff, they dumb down the amount of money that they give you for this phone, but they give you more if you get this phone. So here's the brass tacks. If you trade in an S21 Ultra from last year or a Fold 3, Samsung will give you $1,000 towards this phone, but they'll only give you like $800, $850 for this phone. This phone's $999. This phone is $1,199. So what that all equals out to, if you go on Samsung, you trade in an S21 Ultra, you get this for 99 bucks, you get this for 199 bucks. This is a remarkable phone. This is a mediocre phone that they're overcharging you for. So what do you get? Why is it such a big difference? When you look at the S22 Ultra, I'm just going to set this off to the side. The S22 Plus gets a worse primary camera. It gets a worse selfie camera. The screen is not curved edge. It's also 0.2 inches smaller. It has a 48 hertz refresh rate variable instead of a down to 1. It also has 1080p instead of the Quad HD Plus that you get with the S22 Ultra. The S22 Ultra gets 5,000 milliamp battery versus the 4,500 you get on the S22 Plus. The S22 Plus does not have a macro lens. It does not have the laser focus, which is a huge improvement that is very important to have when it comes to a Samsung phone. You don't get the 100 times zoom on the S22 Plus that you get with the S22 Ultra. And the haptic feedback is not as good. The overall build quality is not as good. The cameras are not as impressive. There are so many reasons for $100 that are super compelling to get the S22 Ultra and to completely forget about the S22 Plus. Kick it off down the road, it doesn't matter. And I really think Samsung really messed up with this lineup. They should have left it with S21 FE. That would have been their bigger phone, still 1080p, still Snapdragon 888, and you can get that sucker significantly cheaper. Yes, it's got a $699 MSRP, but that's $300 cheaper than the S22 Plus. Almost an identical experience, and routinely on sale. You could get them lots of places. Even when it first came out, you could get it $100, $200 off with just activation, not even a trade-in. So They did a pretty decent job trying to lower the price on the S21 FE to compete with the Pixel 6 because it had to, and then it undercuts the S22. You shouldn't buy the S22 either. You should either basically get the S21 FE or the S22 Ultra. I mean, I get it. If you really want a smaller phone, the S22 is there. But yeah, the S22 Plus is not special. It does not do anything fancy for you that this one doesn't, and way, way, way more. If you're going to invest that kind of money, and if you're going to spend the money outright, I don't know a lot of people spending $999 plus tax to buy this, but if you're going to spend that much straight up cash, I would probably say go get the S21 FE or go get yourself the Pixel 6. There's no reason I would say spend $1,000 for this phone. Absolutely zero. But if you're just feeling spry and you want to get the best phone you can possibly get in the Android world, that's where this one makes a compelling argument. But again, there's so many carrier incentives, so many trade-in deals, so many things they're doing that you could go get at T-Mobile and AT&T and all these different places to maximize your value. If you finance it for 2 years, finance it for 3 years, if you want to trade something in, Samsung again. If you trade in the same phone, you're going to get this one for only $100 more in basically every case. So for $100, you're getting a lot. You're getting a whole lot of extra stuff over here. And also the S22, it's capped at 8 gigabytes of RAM. You can't get a 12 gigabyte option. If you really want to do some multitasking, ta-da, this guy right here, because you also get the S Pen. So the S22 Ultra is eminently more qualified to earn your dollars, and it just goes back to reinforce, I don't know what Samsung was thinking when they created this phone. It never should have been $999. This phone should have been $799. The S22 should have been $699, and the S21 FE should have been $599. Their whole lineup was overpriced. And again, they do this to try and force you to get the S22 Ultra because they take so much out of it. Remember, just a few short years ago, $999 was pretty much what they all topped out at, and you got everything. You got absolutely everything with that purchase. And now there's so much they take out of this, it's laughable. Like, it's really laughable. And I put the red lights on in the beginning because I was just kind of making a joke, but I get kind of fired up when I start talking about this stuff. I don't like when companies try to treat consumers like they're stupid and they're trying to rip you off for what they're charging you for these products. And Samsung is trying to get away with murder, especially when it comes to the new upcoming Z Flip 4 and the Z Fold 4. They're basically giving you the same phone again and just kind of reworking a few extra little things, a few little refined enhancements. They're turning into Apple. And I talked about this in the video the other day. Samsung is the Android version of Apple. We've talked about this forever. Samsung's always copying and trying to be Apple. Samsung is Apple. Like, they tried to copy them so long that that's basically what they are now. And the new phones that are coming out for this fall, basically just S models of the last year. Nothing groundbreaking with the iPhone, nothing groundbreaking with the Fold 4 or the Flip 4. So I'm really excited about the Pixel 7 series this fall, also with the Tensor 2 chip and all those great things. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the S22 Plus is still a big thumbs down. I don't recommend it. Now again, the hardware in here is good. The Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, top notch. It's got a beautiful screen. It's going to last you all day if you use it. It's not a bad phone. But that doesn't mean you should go buy it. That doesn't mean you should reward this behavior on the part of Samsung and let them think they're getting away with this. As many of these should sit on the shelf as possible so they realize that we're not fools. If you're going to look at those phones in that price range, and of course they tried to make two different people happy with the same phone and try and force one group to upsell and force another group to move over. And that was the Note. They canceled the Note 21. And then what they did with the S22 Plus, they took away all the great things that it should have had. A $1,000 smartphone should have Quad HD Plus. It should have the best screen. It should have the better cameras. It should have all of these things. And not everybody wants an S Pen. Not everybody wants the boxy, squared off Note appearance on their phone. The Ultra series, like the S21 Ultra, fantastic phone. And of course it had the S Pen support on the side. The S22 Plus doesn't even get S Pen support. If they at least gave it that, then maybe that would go a little extra mile. You could still kind of do that if you wanted and not have to spend the $11.99. But they force you, if you want the S Pen, to pay $11.99 and get the Ultra. But then also if you want Quad HD Plus and you want the better camera, they put all the bells and whistles in the Ultra. And then they thought, you know what? These guys will charge $1,000 for it. And because it's $1,000, they're going to think that it's top of the line premium. And then they're going to get home with the phone and they're going to be fooled. So that's why I'm here to tell you, don't be fooled. Don't buy this phone. Ever. Do not buy it. Buy the S22 Ultra, buy the Pixel 6 Pro, buy the OnePlus 10 Pro, buy the S21 FE. There's a whole lot of options out there that you'll be happier with. You'll get a better deal on, and you're not going to get ripped off paying $1,000 for a phone that shouldn't have cost more than $799. So that's it. I got to chill the red lights back here. It's been a while since I had a proper rant, but honestly, I wasn't planning on talking about that when I first started the video. I was going to be nice and calm and more professional and go, okay, guys, this one, there are reasons why you shouldn't buy this, but then the switch gets turned on. I'm sorry, I can't help it. But anyway, that's all I got. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you appreciate the brutal honesty when it comes to this. I know Samsung won't. They're probably never going to send me any phones to review, but that's okay. I'll just buy them and test them anyway, because that's what I do, and I'm glad to be able to do it here for you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, if you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll get back with you. We can discuss it. If you like these kind of videos, if you like the stuff that I bring to the table, if you like my presentation and my thoughts on phones, and please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.